Hi, welcome back. My name is Katrina. So today I'm going to be doing a video that was requested by a couple of my subscribers. This is my skincare routine, morning and evening. Now, believe me new, I do a lot of skincare, but over the last couple of months I have managed to speed things up a little bit, and I explain how in a minute. Excuse me. Because the most important thing to do with skincare is to do it continuously and religiously. Now make sure you do your skincare in the morning and at night time. It's also important then when you've done your skincare to incorporate a sun cream after that as well, before you start putting on your primers and your makeup, etc. Now, I would have done a 10-step Korean skincare routine every day, twice a day, right, for about a year and a half. And obviously that takes a lot of time, including masking, exfoliating, cleansing, toning, you name it, right? So I have developed my own way of speeding things up. Now, it doesn't really matter. You can use expensive skincare, or drugstore skincare. Personally myself, yeah, of course higher end brands are going to be better, like Elemis. This is empty now. I have finished this up and I'm not repurchased it unless I manage to get a TSV or some kind of box that has Elemis in, because this is the Pro Collagen Overnight Matrix, and I think this was about £80 if you were to buy it. I got it in an advent calendar last year. So normally I would go between skincare that is high end and skincare that is drugstore. I think the whole idea, if you just keep doing your skincare, that does help. Yes, of course, if you can afford to do the £100 facial moisturizer, that's brilliant. But if you can't, drugstore works just as fine in my opinion. Okay, now I'm a little bit hindered here because I'm doing this skincare routine in my kitchen at the kitchen table, because my bathroom has a tiny window, so there's not enough natural light going through. So I'll just show you a couple of the items that I have presently at the moment upstairs, if it's up in the bathroom. So one of the items excuse me, that I'm loving at the moment is the BR Free Your Pores with Hazel. Now this has salicylic acid in it, and it is a pore clarifying cooling cleanser. Now I do love a salicylic acid cleanser because I have a lot of redness on my cheeks, and I'm starting to show a few pores here and there, and of course I have fine lines under my eyes, but I can honestly say that I have always been blessed with good skin. Now, saying that, a while ago I did break out along here, and that's why I bought this for the salicylic acid, because it did help me clear up. I had about 10 or 12 spots all along here and under the neck as well. So first thing I'm going to do, even though I've just washed my hair, I'm just going to put my hair up out of my face. And it would be helpful if I knew which way was which, wouldn't it? There we go. That was over a previous TSV. As I said, I'm quite hindered here, so I have a towel and I have my face cloth for wiping it off. Just wet your face. Obviously this would work better if I was up in the bathroom at my sink. Now obviously I'm just going to damp this and rinse it off. Now, as I said, for some reason, it's just me, it's my OCD, I like to double cleanse. Obviously, anybody else, one cleanse will probably be fine for you. This is another one I got, and I find this quite good. This is Botanic Labs Neem Leaf Gentle Face Wash. rinse it off. Now I'm going to exfoliate. Now you can use any kind of exfoliator you want. I'm currently using the First Aid Beauty, but I also do have a number 7 one and a couple of others that you get in beauty boxes. The good thing about beauty boxes, you do get a lot of skincare. These are quite mild enough that you could use them every day, but that's because I like to do it every day. But if you prefer, you could do it 2 or 3 times a week. You know, it's all dependent on preference and what you prefer and what you find best works for your skin. So I have cleansed and exfoliated. So I'm just going to do a little quick face mask while I show you how I end up, you know, putting the moisturizers and the serums and the oil all together. I mean, obviously, for example, if you put a face mask on and then you continue to brush your teeth maybe, or go and make a coffee and go back up after your coffee and take the face mask off. It's all, as I said, skincare is basically what you prefer to do and what suits your skin. There's no right or wrong once you follow the 3 basic steps. So I have like a little spatula and I have excuse me, an empty Elemis that I have rinsed out. Now, I have a couple of moisturizers that I do like to use. But this is a brand new one that I haven't opened yet. Now, whatever I'm doing for the day moisturising and day skincare, just replace it at night time with a nighttime moisturiser. And you know, just put it in like that with the spatula. I think once you're getting enough serums into it and facial oil, you can't really go wrong. Right, so that's, I have put this one in. This is an organic Manuka honey rescue cream. And then I have a little Nukes one. This is also good and handy, you know, if you're trying to use up any kind of creams that you only have little bits left out of. So as you can see, I have just put a little bit of this on top. Of course, you don't have to do what I'm doing, you know. Now, that's that one done. And then I should have another, oh, right. And then I have a Madara. This is a Daily Defense Ultra Rich Balm. And this is Rescues Dry and Rough Skin. This is for body, hands and face. So we just put a little, this opened. There's a couple of squirts. That's that one done. And we can start with the serums, right? So the next one I have is the Rituals of Namaste Glow, and this is a Radiance Anti-Aging Serum. Now, considering I would probably put 2 or 3 pumps of this on my face, I would probably put about 9 into this, even 12. Let's go 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's quite a lot in there. And then we have got this age to go on an advent calendar. This is the Holland and Barrett, and this is a vitamin C and hyaluronic acid brighten and restore serum. Now obviously the only thing I put on separately is my eye cream. Right, so we'll try and fill this pipette. Right. For some reason it's not filling, so we'll just pour a little bit in. There we go. And then we have the salicylic acid. And then this one is the Murad Retinal Youth Renewal Serum. And then we have facial oil. So I have the Garnier Smooth and Glow Facial Oil. Now, contrary to what people believe, you're not really meant to put the facial oil on over the moisturizer, because if you're meant to put it on before the moisturizer, it stops the moisturizer absorbing. But this actually doesn't make a difference once you put it all in together. It absorbs perfectly fine. And in fact, I love that feeling, because it's not only an oil that I feel on my face, I can feel the moisturizer as well at the same time. Oh, probably do 3 of these. There you go. Right. Close the lid. And if it's a little bit runny, you just add another little bit of moisturizer in it. Give that another shake. Smells gorgeous. Right. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit of Madeira in on top of it, just to thicken it up a bit. That's a lovely rich balm. Give another shake. Now I'll leave that to settle for a minute, and I will wash this off. I have a little mirror down here beside me so I can see. Right. Now, as I said before, I have been using reusable facial pads. I bought these on Amazon and they came with a little wash bag and they came with a carry one. I think I got 20 of these for £6 including free delivery with Amazon Prime. So I use that side for the toner and that side for the glycolic acid. Now, right, this is the Garnier Skin Active Nourishing Botanical Toner. Oh, that smells lovely. I has that dry. Let that dry in my face a little bit. Actually, I'll get a clean one because that soaked through for some reason. Right, as I said, I swear by a glycolic toner. Now, I have recently finished a Rodial glycolic toner. That was a whopping £40, and this one is about £8 to £10. I think I know it's about 12 to 14 euros here. Now, a while ago they were doing an offer in Boots. All Revolution skincare was 1/3 off. Now, I used to use the original from a Revolution. It was called the glycolic. No, it was called the Freedom. That was the original, one of the original brand names from Revolution. It was the Freedom Studio Glycolic Toner, and it was amazing. I think it literally used to be like £6 a bottle, and I used to wait till it was a half price on sale, and I would buy in bulk. And I went on the website one day and found out they had discontinued it. I was devastated. Now, because I'm quite used to glycolic over the last 2 years, I have built myself up to the 5%. But if you're only starting off at glycolic toners, I would advise you to get the lowest one and only do it 2 or 3 times a week till your face gets used to it. And that's my toner done. Now, I use the Revolution 5% caffeine for under my eyes, as well as an under the eye cream. And this is just I Baby eye cream. I think I picked this up in an American Beauty box. It might be the kinder box, I'm not sure. I always use your middle finger and pat in. I just use it, whatever's left on my finger, I just put it on my eyelid. And I know this seems long, but believe me and you, it used to be a lot longer when I had all the different serums to put on my face. Right, so. Right, so. I feel a hair on my face. And you can see that's absorbing in quite well, even though it has the oil and everything on it. And don't forget your neck. I'm of the thinking you can never have too much moisturizer. Right. And well, that's absorbing. Then I like to use a lip oil. This is a Clarins one. I got it last year. I was finished up a W7 lip oil, and that was quite nice. So this is a Clarins one that I got in the Debenhams calendar last Christmas. Now, obviously, if I was going out anywhere, not that I am, but if I was, I would then give this a minute or two to absorb and then add my SPF on. I always use factor 50. Now, I'll come close and I think you can agree that has absorbed in quite well. So it's another little bit of rubbing. And that's that done. Yeah, look at that. That's all absorbed in. Right. Now the only difference I would use at night time was I would use a cleansing oil. Depends on, I have used a cleansing balm a couple of times, but we got this last year and I have just finished. This is my second one I finished. This is a cleansing oil. This is Trio, and we got it last year in Lace and Beauty when they were doing amazing skincare. That smells divine. So I would use a cleansing oil. I would use a facial wash. After, I'm getting myself confused, right? I would do a facial oil. Or maybe this, I bought this to try. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Oil Infused Cleansing Water. So that, or the cleansing oil. And then I would either use maybe a cleansing milk. It depends, like whatever you prefer. But I will always use a facial wash after that. I like to double cleanse. Like I have tried those cleansing cloths before, but I don't know, maybe it's just me. If I was to use one, I would still double cleanse and afterwards, so I don't see the point. Unless I recently received the Magic Eraser one in Fab51, maybe I'll try that one and see if it's any difference. But personally, I like my skin to feel clean. So as you can see, literally 5 minutes later, that has all absorbed in. So then after I did my double cleanse at night time, I would tone again. Maybe 3 times a week I'd do a mask at night time. I wouldn't do one every night because sometimes I'd be tired. And then depending on what you fancy, but I would always kind of use an overnight mask. This is one by Botanic Labs. This is the Rose Overnight Hydrating Mask, and it's pore refining. So that one, and then I have another one of the same brand of this, but it's a turmeric overnight mask. I would use that. And I'm also using at the moment it's a watermelon overnight mask. I can't remember who makes it, that or any kind of overnight mask to try. So that is my skincare routine. And obviously, as I said, at night time I was making this up. I would have a separate jar for the overnight night cream and then just mix everything together. Now, as you can see, that's turned out perfectly alright with the serums, the oil and the moisturizer in it. Whoops. I'll put a bit on my hand and you can see what I mean. It absorbs in. So some of the skincare I'm loving at the moment, are the Inky List, Revolution, Garnier, BR, and even like that just shows you, I even have a Boots facial wash, so I don't mind them. I use high-end and you know, drugstore brands. So listen, any questions, pop them in the comments.